Okay, in this lesson we're going to find the sum of a geometric series. So we had this example the other day. Say we have 10 people watching a YouTube video. They like it and they each share it with 5 different friends. So now 50 people have watched it after that, and then these 50 people tell their 5 friends, so that makes 250 friends who are then told to watch it, and so on and so forth. If we keep iterating, how long will it take to hit 10 million views? So if we want to work something out like this, we start with 10 people, then 50 people after that watch it, then 250 people watch it after that, and then 1250, and so on and so forth. We can express this as a geometric sequence where the rule is an is equal to 10, which is the initial value, times 5, which is the common ratio, raised to the power of n minus 1. We learned this method of describing a geometric sequence in the other lesson. Today we want to find out the sum. If I want to find, say, the sum of the first 20 elements, for example, how might I find that? So let's write this out. So the sum of the first 20 terms in the sequence would be 10 plus 10 times 5 to the first, plus 10 times 5 to the second, plus 10 times 5 to the third, all the way up to 10 times 5 to the 19th power. Now here's a little trick. This is a kind of a clever trick. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply this entire sum by 5. So this entire thing over here, we're going to multiply times 5. Every single term here is going to be multiplied. So we take the first term, 10, and we're going to multiply it times 5 here. Take the second term, also multiply it by 5. So the 10 times 5 to the first becomes 10 times 5 to the second. And we do that all the way up to the very end, and then there's this last term, 10 times 5 to the 19th becomes 10 times 5 to the 20th. Now, once we've done this, we do this next step where we subtract one equation from the other equation, and let's look what happens when we do that. When we do this subtraction, all these terms get canceled out. Because 10 times 5 to the 19th minus 10 times 5 to the 19th is equal to 0, so they all conveniently cancel out, and now we're left with only the first term right here, 10, minus this extra new one, 10 times 5 to the 20th. Okay, so now we still want to solve for S20. Okay, so we're going to factor out S20 over here on the left-hand side. We factor it out, and we get S20 times 1 minus 5, okay, is equal to this. Now we're going to divide both sides by 1 minus 5. And we're going to get this as our answer. I'm not going to calculate it right now because I want to show more in this kind of example the method in which it's done. And we can get to this general formula where we have 10 here, which was the very first term, 1 minus 5. The 5 here comes from the common ratio raised to the 20th power. That was the number of terms that we're adding up, divided by 1 minus 5, where again 5 is the common ratio. So we can create a common, a general formula in this form. I need to correct this. The sum of n terms of a geometric series is equal to the first term times 1 minus r to the nth power divided by 1 minus r. So let's look at one more example. Say we're given a sequence, and this happens to be a geometric sequence, times 3, times 3, times 3. If I want to find the sum of the first 11 terms, we're going to apply this formula over here. So S of 11, actually let me change this to 11, S of 11 is equal to, let's look at the formula. It says A1, the first term here is 2, so we put 2 right there, times 1 minus, and then we look at our formula. 3 is our common ratio. 3 raised up to the power of n, where n in this case is 11, so 3 to the 11th power, divided by, we look at our formula again, 1 minus r. Again, r is 3, so we get 1 minus 2. So if we work out the math here, we get 2 times, I put this into a calculator, and I get 88,573, and I multiply that times 2, and I get 177,146. So you could try out these next 3 problems. That's the lesson for today.